Welcome back to the Bookworm Woodmakers channel. Well, today is a home maintenance thing that I have to do, and that is changing a toilet seat on a toilet. Why are we doing this? Why am I filming this? Well, there's a couple reasons why I'm doing it. Number one, I got new memory cards, and I shot 3 projects and lost all the footage. Mostly because I didn't format the card, and I thought I formatted it, and shot again and lost that footage, and formatted it again and shot another footage and lost that. And apparently I was supposed to format it through my camera so it could work on my laptop. So this is kind of an experimental thing to do, changing a toilet seat. It's relatively an easy task to do, but again, some people out there don't know it. So when you go for a toilet seat, there is 2 types. You have the round type and you have the oval type, or what they like to call the, hang on one second, elongated. That's the word I was looking for. With that, you either have plastic or wood, but wood is starting to be rare to find because of the hygienics of the whole thing. You know, there are some places that you can still find wooden toilet seats, but mostly they're plastic. They come in a couple different colors. Okay, so you have to determine whether you have a round bowl or whether you have an elongated bowl. The elongated bowl basically looks like an egg shape. So that way there you can understand that. The other reason why we're doing this is because my significant other loves a padded toilet seat, and about every 6 months it gets ripped, and it needs to be replaced. So that's why we're doing it. So those are the 2 reasons mostly. I want to make sure my memory card's working. Secondly of all, the seat needed to be replaced. And the third reason is, in my first 2 or 3 videos, I had said something about me living in a 1950s home and having 0 storage space, and I was going to create a different channel. Well, after looking at that, I realized that's not a good idea, because eventually I'm going to run out of things to do on the second channel and have to close it down. So I decided I'm just going to incorporate it here in the Bookworm Woodmaking channel, so that way there you get a little bit of everything. So you're going to get wood, leather, home improvements, home maintenance, storage solutions, all that. So changing the toilet seat is coming up next. Pop the connector top off, which exposes your nut. Now, I'm using a very large screwdriver because I get better power and balance on it. You don't necessarily need to have something that big, but it does help to have something like that, because besides changing toilet seats, it could change other things. You can get a regular screwdriver and it goes in there, but it'll do the job. But I've always found out that when I use those types, I generally get a sliding seat after a while, because somehow I don't tighten it up well enough. So I always like to use the beater screwdrivers. So, hand on the nut underneath the tank here. You reach up and grab that nut that's right underneath the toilet. Put the screwdriver blade in and back it out. And of course, whatever you do to one side, you got to do to the other side. And then it's just simply lift the toilet seat off the toilet, and half of the battle is done. Now that is the nut that is underneath the bolt that holds your toilet seat on. If your toilet seat is rocking after a while, just get your large screwdriver, hold on to this, which is underneath the tank right there, or underneath the seat right there, and tighten it up. Okay, once the new seat is out of the box, again, you want to open up these bolt covers. Lay the toilet in place. Take your bolts back into the hole like this. And take your nuts and install them. Now, you kind of want to be careful here. You want them tight, but you don't want to crank it down to where you run the risk of actually cracking your bowl. That would make your day very bad. Hear that squeaking? That is tight. Next one. There we go. And then close the protective caps over the bolts. And you are done. Well, there you go. Real simple to do, real easy to do. You know, just, and if you really get lost on my video, they do come with instructions inside of the toilet, inside of the packaging for you to follow. It's not really hard, but if you really don't like that lime green toilet seat and you want to get another color, you can pop down to your local big box store or Ace Hardware or Walmart even. By the way, none of those guys are sponsored. And pick yourself out a new toilet seat and install it. So, we come to an exciting conclusion on home improvements, home maintenance, volume 1. As usual, stay safe, stay blessed. This is Jeff with the Bookworm Woodmakers channel.